Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? I'm perusing the interwebs today, and over at The Athletic, there's a piece where all 32 NFL teams talked about maybe an interesting contract decision that's going to come up. And lo and behold, the one for the New Orleans Saints was penned by you, and it was about Taysom Hill. So let's walk a little bit through this. I know you don't cover the Saints day-to-day anymore, but you did this piece for this blurb for The Athletic. So let's talk a little bit, if we could, about Taysom's contract. Give us the 10,000-foot view of what people need to know about that contract.
Well, to me, it was, as you did say, I don't cover them every day, so, I'm not, super in the know of, everything that's going on. But when given the assignment, I just, went and looked through it. And the fact that he is the top cap, number one on the highest salary cap figure on the Saints, to me, was it took me aback. And, of course, you got to remember, because with Derek Carr off the books, in terms of that, who's the next top guy, and it's Taysom Hill. And but what's interesting to me is that obviously we do not know if he is even going to be able to play. But look, his $10 million salary, that is not guaranteed. So if the Saints were to say cut him, they could save that $10 million, and they would only be on the hook for $7 million in dead money. Now, look, obviously the Saints have been super loyal to Taysom Hill over the years. The team that believed in him and used him in all these different spots. But it's not like the Saints they're not in some big pressing need to make cap room for once in their life. It's pretty kind of bizarre to say that, but to me, just for that assignment, to me, it's the glaring contract. Thinking, man, this guy might not even play, and you're going to pay him all of this money, and he doesn't play, even though you don't have to. And what role does he have? And so, it's they don't have a ton of other big time crazy contracts like they used to, but given the assignment, that's the one that stuck out to me.
Do you think that there's you did mention sort of like the loyalty because Taysom's been such a good member of the Saints, et cetera. Can you think of any precedent where the Saints would take that type of cap hit on an injured player, a veteran player, be out of what you just described, sort of out of loyalty?
I don't know if it was necessarily maybe out of injury loyalty, but I know this is back when they were regularly in playoffs and when after pressure off Super Bowl, it took a lot for them to say cut ties with someone like Jonathan Vilma, like Will Smith, and players like that, Lance Moores and Roman Harper's. That was it took a lot for them to do that. And then of course they were never going to cut Drew. It was basically going to be you walk on your own terms. And the same thing, not necessarily injury-wise, but the same thing's also going on with Cam Jordan. They're going to let him go out on his own terms, and his money's not as big as what it used to be, but still, he made plenty of money, and the production hasn't been as high. So, but no, injury-wise, this I don't know how many are like this, especially now, given new regime, at least with the coach, and I know the front office is still the same and a lot of the same mentalities. But yeah, it's certainly something that, again, I look at the Taysom Hill thing, and as soon as the injury happened, I'm sure a lot of people, you included, said or can make the argument we'll never see him play for the Saints again. So yeah, this is not something I would normally see injury related. Maybe just nostalgia, and they've done enough for us, like Cam Jordan, Vilma, those type of guys. Maybe they see Taysom Hill in that same light, that he's done so much for them that they feel like they owe it to him for as much as he's done.
Yeah. Especially for a player that would be playing under a new head coach this year who may not value that role that he has played in New Orleans for so long. We just don't know that. So it's pretty ambiguous right now. Larry Holder is our guest, The Athletic. What would you do, by the way, if you were making the call?
I need to know how healthy is he. When is he able to come back? I don't know if that's ever been given. I mean, if he was going to miss half the season, I'd probably cut ties with him.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost certain, right? I mean, he starts the season on PUP, which means he misses the first 4 games minimum, right? So
I would expect it to be long. Like if he was going to miss half of this season, I would cut ties and move on. But again, that's me. I know Taysom Hill's been a big part of the team and a necessary part because the offense has been so poor the last 2 years. But to me, just football wise, I would move on and figure something else out with the offense that you have.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.